So I finally took the time to play with some AI image generators, and while I don't think this is a problem right now for food photography, that may change in the future, so let's talk about it. Hey everyone, good day and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris, and this is my little corner where I talk about food photography. If you're just getting started in food photography, you'll find lots of content on my channel to help you get up to speed quickly so you can create some great food images. So don't be shy, hit that subscribe button and join the conversation. In this video, I want to talk about the effects that AI is having and may have on food photography in the future. And let's be clear, I'm not talking about AI-powered editing that is being included with software applications like Lightroom and Photoshop. I'm referring more to the platforms like Midjourney and Stable Diffusion. Platforms such as these can generate stunning, hyper-realistic food images in seconds just from a text prompt. If you're not familiar with how these sites work, basically you enter a prompt in the chat box, something like, create a realistic image of a cheeseburger with fries and a soda on an old school drugstore counter, which is the actual prompt I use to create this image here. For this cheeseburger image, I use the new Adobe Firefly, which is a standalone platform, but it is also integrated into Adobe apps like Photoshop and Illustrator. Now you can see some obvious issues with the image right away, such as the extra straw, but with a built-in editor, I can go ahead and remove that straw and make tweaks to the image as I see fit. And while it does have a slight cartoonish look to the quality, if you're looking at a small version on social media or even a printed menu, you may not even notice. One detail that I did notice was the ketchup that was served with this burger and fries. It wasn't in the prompt, but AI knew enough to include it with the items that it felt corresponded to the ketchup, which I thought was kind of cool. If you want to play with Adobe Firefly yourself, it's free to use up to a point, and you can find it on the Adobe website. As you can see, AI can now create highly realistic images of food without any actual photography. This is obviously useful for marketing, menu design, and even social media, where high-quality images are essential and most definitely less expensive and time-consuming than hiring an actual photographer. Some brands may opt for AI-generated food photos instead of hiring photographers, especially for standardized images like menu items. Although, in early 2024, Instacart integrated AI-generated food images into its platform to enhance the user experience. The company utilized AI to create visuals for various recipes, aiming to provide appealing and diverse meal inspirations. These are the actual photos they used. Take a look. Some of these AI-generated images featured unsettling details such as oddly blended textures and physically improbable compositions leading to confusion by the users. As a result, Instacart removed these images. This case underscores the potential challenges of incorporating AI-generated food images into consumer-facing platforms. While AI can produce visually appealing content, ensuring accuracy and maintaining the transparency are crucial to preserving consumer trust. Though the same cannot be said for social media. In late 2024, a fictitious restaurant named Ethos in Austin, Texas, gained significant attention by showcasing AI-generated food images on Instagram. The hyper-realistic visuals attracted nearly 75,000 followers, many of whom believed that the establishment was real and tried to make reservations. When people discovered the restaurant was a spoof, some users expressed, some confusion and frustration, raising concerns about the potential for AI to create misleading representations with real-world consequences. Social media companies are now making big efforts to try and catch and label images and videos as AI-generated. Upon uploading a video to YouTube, you're required to divulge whether the video uses AI content, which in this case I'll have to check for the very first time. But I do believe food photography is safe for now. High-end restaurants, cookbooks, and food brands will still need skilled photographers who understand texture and plating and lighting in ways that AI can't fully replicate. While AI is competent at simulating food, it can't capture the imperfections and human touch that make the dish feel real. There's also something to be said for the art of storytelling in food photography. This too is something AI cannot replicate, at least not yet. So to test this, I created 4 AI images based on 4 of my own photos. I created a very detailed prompt based on my pictures and used them to create AI versions of the images. I'll show you my image, the prompt I used to create the AI image, and then what AI produced. So here are the photos that I put together. And I'll read you out the prompts too as we go along. This is my blueberry photo. I'm sure you've seen it before, but create a realistic macro photo of a blueberry up close in a brown bowl with a few mint leaves behind the blueberry. And this is what AI came up with. And honestly, it's not half bad. I mean, if the blueberries didn't look so almost perfect and so dark blue, I almost might have bought this one. Next up is the carrots. Create a realistic photo of a plate of charred carrots shot from overhead, sitting on a blue plate and garnished with chopped almonds and dill yogurt on the carrots. Now you can see, a few things out of place. They got the carrots in the right direction. And it doesn't look half bad, but you look at it and it does look a little bit odd. Next up was the cookies. Create a realistic photograph of a stack of 5 chocolate chunk cookies resting on a piece of burlap on a cutting board with a brown coffee mug and a milk pitcher behind the cookies in front of a gray background. And I mean, the cookies don't look all that real. They don't look bad. They maybe look store-bought if I'm being honest. And then lastly was create a macro photo of a white bowl with white parchment inside filled with lovely brown cheese gougères on a bright white background. I mean, the fact that it even got a pastry right, I'm pretty impressed with, considering it knows what gougères are. So, not horrible. Lastly, what are the ethical concerns associated with AI-generated food images? The first thing that comes to mind is misleading consumers. Is it safe to say that food that is too perfect, showing textures, colors, or portions that are not realistic, is that false advertising? Would the public even care? If you've ever seen a McDonald's commercial featuring a Big Mac, that definitely does not look like the burger you get in your flip-top box. Is it possible that we're numb to marketing tactics to even notice when AI images are being used? A global survey conducted by YouGov in 2024 revealed that approximately half of the respondents felt uneasy about brands using AI to create advertising content, including food images. This discomfort stems from the perceptions of inauthenticity and a preference for genuine human creative visuals. The study suggests that while AI offers innovative possibilities, it also poses challenges in maintaining consumer trust and transparency in marketing. Like I said earlier, I do think food photography isn't going anywhere for a while. Although AI can create some really impressive images, this still has a long way to go before it can tell a story through the images, before it can create art, which is defined as an expression or application of human skill and imagination, typically in a visual form. This is a hurdle for AI that may always be too tall to get over. If you got to this point in the video, you obviously find the concept of AI as fascinating as I do. So thank you for watching all the way through. If you think others might also find this content interesting, I'd appreciate you hitting the thumbs up button before you go. Hope you are doing well in whatever corner of the world you're watching this. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you and bye for now.